Do you ever wake up and realize that nothing feels exciting anymore? That the things that once made your heart race now barely move the needle? You scroll, you watch, you go out, you buy, you consume. But the spark that used to make life feel alive seems to have faded into background noise. It's not that you've changed completely. It's that the world around you has shifted in ways that quietly drained your ability to feel joy. We live in an era where every emotion is filtered, every experience is optimized, and every piece of happiness feels like it comes with a price tag. And maybe that's why fun feels like work. Maybe that's why even laughter feels rehearsed. Maybe that's why excitement itself has become an endangered feeling. Think back to when fun used to be effortless. When you didn't need to plan it, schedule it, or document it. It just happened. The music, the friends, the spontaneity, the lightness. Now even those things feel heavy, like you're performing them instead of living them. You wonder when simple pleasure turned into something that needed proof, likes, and validation. When did joy start needing an audience? The truth is, you're not broken for feeling this way. You're simply reacting to a society that replaced authenticity with performance and silence with noise. You've been tricked into believing that life needs to be constantly productive, constantly shared, constantly compared. And that illusion is what's quietly killing your sense of wonder. Everything has become politicized. You can't like a movie, a song, or even a shirt without someone trying to decode your beliefs from it. Every conversation is a potential argument. Every preference is a statement. And so you start to shrink. Censor yourself. Walk carefully between invisible lines, because even the most innocent things feel dangerous now. But fun can't exist under pressure. Joy cannot bloom in fear. The lightness that once made life spontaneous has been replaced by a constant sense of scrutiny, a collective anxiety that keeps everyone tense. And when laughter becomes something you have to justify, no wonder nothing feels exciting anymore. And then there's the money. Everything costs more, everything demands something from you. You can't grab coffee without calculating if it's worth it. You can't plan a trip without feeling guilty about the expense. Even small pleasures come with an internal negotiation. Can I really afford this? Should I be saving instead? And slowly, that mental math eats away at the joy itself. When you start viewing happiness as an expense, you subconsciously stop reaching for it. You begin to associate pleasure with guilt. And before long, you forget what effortless fun even felt like. It's not that life became boring, it just became too expensive to enjoy. And then, everything turned fake. Perfect smiles, perfect lives, perfect feeds. A world that looks alive but feels empty. You scroll past filtered faces, curated vacations, carefully edited moments. And even though you know it's all performance, your brain still compares. You start to feel that your own happiness doesn't measure up, that your own moments aren't enough. But what no one tells you is that authenticity has no algorithm. Real fun can't compete with digital illusion, because it was never supposed to. Fun is messy. It's unplanned. It's laughing so hard you forget to film it. But in a world obsessed with capturing everything, we've forgotten how to live inside a moment without trying to frame it. The more we record, the less we feel. The more we curate, the less we connect. The more we share, the less we actually live. Everything feels rushed. Life moves at double speed, and somehow we're always behind. There's always another task, another notification, another reason not to rest. Even when you do take a break, you don't really stop. You just switch tabs. You're resting with your body, but not your mind. And because your nervous system never gets to breathe, presence becomes impossible. Fun only happens when you're fully here, not when your mind is 10 steps ahead. But when was the last time you were fully here? Not multitasking, not thinking about tomorrow, not planning content, just existing. That stillness, that sacred pause, has become a luxury we forgot to afford. And let's be honest, everything today feels like a competition. You can't even enjoy your hobbies anymore without turning them into goals, stats, or side hustles. You can't just draw. You have to sell prints. You can't just work out. You have to track your progress, share your transformation, and optimize your recovery. You can't simply enjoy something for the sake of it because someone will ask, "What's the point?" But that's exactly what fun is. It's pointless. It doesn't have to lead anywhere. That's what makes it beautiful. Yet we've replaced play with productivity. And in doing so, we've lost one of the purest human experiences, the joy of doing something just because it feels good. We live in a world that commodifies everything. Rest has become a product. Peace has become a subscription. Even connection is something we try to buy back through retreats, memberships, or curated experiences. There's nothing wrong with comfort or convenience. But when every joyful experience has to be purchased, something deep inside starts to feel hollow. Fun used to grow in the spaces between structure and the random, the spontaneous, the unplanned. Now it's trapped inside price tags and packaging, stripped of the magic that made it real. And so we chase it harder, trying to recreate what we used to stumble upon naturally, never realizing that chasing it is the very thing that kills it. Addiction hides behind entertainment. Every app, every feed, every stream is designed to keep you coming back, not fulfilled. You scroll not because it's fun, but because it's easier than feeling empty. You chase dopamine hits the same way gamblers chase luck, hoping that maybe the next video, the next post, the next episode will bring back that old spark. But it doesn't. It never does. Because the system isn't built for satisfaction. It's built for repetition. And the more you repeat, the more your brain adjusts, needing stronger and stronger stimulation just to feel anything at all. That's how joy fades, not because it disappears, but because it gets drowned out by noise. And the noise is everywhere. Everything is repetitive. Movies feel the same. Music feels recycled. Even trends come back before they've gone away. It's like the entire world is on loop, remixing its own past because creativity itself has become another algorithm to optimize. And when nothing feels new, your brain stops lighting up. The thrill of discovery fades. The surprise, the wonder, the mystery, all of it gets lost in the endless scroll of déjà vu. You want to feel alive, but everything you touch feels like a copy of something you've already seen. And maybe that's the cruelest part of all. Living in a world that gives you infinite choices, but no real freshness. You can sense it, can't you? That background hum of stress that never stops? Even in moments that should be peaceful, there's a heaviness in the air. The news, the economy, the endless alerts, all of it keeps your body on high alert. And joy cannot live in a body that is bracing for impact. Fun requires ease, and ease requires safety. But how can you feel safe when everything around you feels uncertain? You've been running on survival mode for so long that your nervous system has forgotten what joy feels like. So even when you're technically relaxing, your mind doesn't believe it. You're waiting for the next problem, the next email, the next crisis. And that waiting kills the present moment before it even arrives. And then there's the loneliness. We live in a world more connected than ever, yet somehow more alone. You can text 100 people and still feel unseen. You can post a photo and still feel invisible. We replaced presence with pixels and laughter with emojis, and now even joy feels like an act. Fun was never just about what we did, it was about who we shared it with. Without connection, everything loses its color. We also forgot how to play. As kids, we didn't need a reason to laugh, we just did. We explored, created, and moved for no purpose other than joy. But somewhere along the way, we turned play into performance and hobbies into hustles. Every moment had to be productive. Every activity had to make sense. But fun was never supposed to make sense. It was supposed to make you feel alive. The moment you stopped needing a result, you rediscovered freedom. And that's the cure, remembering the basics. Presence, simplicity, stillness. Fun doesn't need to be bought or shared or optimized. It just needs space. Turn off your phone for a while. Go outside. Laugh without recording it. Let yourself be imperfect, messy, unfiltered. The moments you forget to capture are the ones that matter most. That's where real life hides. Because dopamine isn't happiness, it's anticipation. The constant chase for stimulation has numbed your senses, but the answer isn't more noise, it's silence. When you stop drowning in distractions, your curiosity returns. You start to feel again. You start to notice the small things, the light through the window, the sound of rain, the warmth of a real smile. Those are the things that bring life back into focus. So if nothing feels exciting anymore, maybe it's because you've been living too fast to feel anything at all. Slow down. Breathe. The world hasn't lost its magic, you've just stopped noticing it. Joy isn't gone. It's waiting behind the noise. Turn it down. Step back into your body. Look someone in the eyes. Laugh for no reason. That's where life begins again.